Okay, we're going. When I was about, oh, the sound's up, yeah. When I was about 9 years old, I had a friend named Judy. We used to go to ballet class together. And, you know, either we'd dress at my house and then my mother would take us to ballet, or we'd dress at her house and her mother would take us to ballet. And once in a while we'd play together even though there wasn't ballet, but mostly that was our association. Well, one day I was playing at her house. I think it was after ballet class. And she lived on this big hill. There were a bunch of houses on the hill. And we borrowed a Flexiflyer, you know, one of those sleds. You can ride down regular streets. They don't, not for riding in the snow. It's just, they've got wheels and they slide real fast down the hills. So we borrowed this from a guy who lived down the street from her, down the hill. And she was going to show me how to work it. I never did this before, and I was pretty scared. So we went up the hill to these other people's house, and they had a very steep driveway. It went down in one part, and then that got to the house in the bottom of the driveway, and then went up the other side of the driveway, sort of like a U shape. So it went down and back up. And so she got on the Flexiflyer, lay down, and she went swinging down the hill and turned the handle at the bottom and swinging back up, and she got all the way to the top of the other end of the driveway. And it was very exciting, and I was just scared to death. So she brought it back around down to the beginning of the driveway again and said, now you try it. And I said, no, that's okay. You go right ahead. I'll just watch you. I'm having a real scary time just watching. So she got on again and rode down at the bottom, turned the handle at the bottom, steered her way back up to the top of the other end of the driveway. And she was just having a great time, and she was sure I should try it. And I was sure I shouldn't try it. The bottom of the driveway was the door of the house, see, and they had these two big wooden planters. They must have stood about 3 feet high, and they were filled with some sort of tropical plant, bush, tree, something. And I was sure I didn't want to go down to the bottom of the hill because I knew I didn't have any strength in my hands, and I couldn't turn the handle when I got to the bottom. You really had to turn it quite hard to get back to the top. So she kept trying to talk me. She pestered me and said, you know, go try it. You'll have such a good time. So finally, just to keep her quiet, I said, I'll try it once, and that's all. Okay. I got on, lay down on the Flexiflyer, and I held on, and she showed me on the top of the hill how to turn the handle. So I started down the hill, and I was going faster and faster, and I got to the bottom of the hill, and she kept saying, turn it, turn it. She was shouting to me, turn it, turn it. I didn't turn it. And I ran right into one of the big planter boxes at the bottom of the hill, banged my eye right about my eyebrow, my left eye,